Hey everyone, and welcome back to a new video. This is going to be a quick one on rhythm, and specifically the quarter note triplet. The same process can be applied for half note triplets, but for ease of the video, I'm just going to focus on the quarter note triplet. Now, what a triplet is basically dividing a beat into 3 equal pulses. The most common, I think, triplet that you see is eighth note triplets, where you divide a quarter note into 3 equal beats. You know that, or you should know that, a quarter note can be divided into 2 equal pulses called eighth notes, but if you have eighth note triplets, you would divide the quarter into 3 equal eighth note triplets. A measure of eighth note triplets would look like this and sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, a lot of people have seen that. The problem is when we get to quarter note triplets, people kind of guess on the rhythm or they just feel it. Is music good to be played by feeling sometimes? Sure. But if you're trying to actually play it correctly, especially when you're playing with a group of people, like in a band or an ensemble type situation, you want to get it as actually correct as possible. And some people say, well, you just kind of feel the first two, they're a little slower, or delay that. No. You can easily figure it out. Let's use a little math here. And basically, the same way that 2 eighth notes tie together to equal a quarter note, 2 eighth note triplets tie together to equal a quarter note triplet. It's pretty simple, but people don't kind of go through that process. Once you go through it, you can actually feel and hear what quarter notes sound like, so you don't have to actually do that each time. But the process is basically this. You take your measure of 4 beats in a 4/4 measure, and you do eighth note triplets. You just figure out 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, and get that nice pulse. Then you tie 2 eighth notes together all the way down, and you end up getting 6 quarter note triplets. That would sound like this. I'm going to do a measure of eighth note triplets, then a measure of quarter note triplets tied together, and I'll kind of speak it for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So you see what I did there? I tied the first 2 eighth note triplets together, then the third eighth note triplet to the 4th one, and it does go over the bar line, they go over the beat line there, but that's the point of it. The biggest problem that I have, and if you know how to play this, or you taught people how to play this, you know exactly how they play it incorrectly. And the funny thing is, most people, when they play these quarter note triplets wrong, they play them consistently wrong. They end up playing dotted eighth, eighth note. And that would end up sounding like this in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E N, a 2 E N, 3 E N, a 4 E N, 1 E N, a 2 E N, 3 E N, a 4 E N. And it sounds cool, and it's a very specific rhythm that is used in a lot of music, but when you're trying to play quarter note triplets, that's not correct. It's just wrong. A couple examples of songs that have quarter note triplets where people can mess them up, or just so you can see them. One of them is the melody of April in Paris. And correctly, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3. If you play the dotted eighth, eighth note rhythm, it'll end up sounding like this. 1, 2, 3. I know they're close, but if you want to play them correctly, you have to really make a difference between quarter note triplets and dotted eighth note. The next example is the bridge of Lazy Bird. There are quarter note triplets there, and there's a tie going into it, so it can get a little more confusing. But if you just keep your eighth note triplet pulse going, especially during the whole note, it'll really help you out. So here's the bridge. 1, 2, 3. So that's actual quarter note triplets. During the whole note, and a tip that I like to do is, if you're holding a whole note before you have quarter note triplets or whatever kind of triplets, start subdividing those triplets ahead of time. Now I'm going to play it incorrectly. 1, 2, 3. Once again, very small difference, but it makes a big difference when you're actually trying to play it correctly. So I hope this video helped you guys kind of count this specific rhythm. Just a short one today because I've been hearing some people play it wrong and seeing people kind of teach it the wrong way too, and just going by feel or something like that. But you just have to know that just as 2 eighth notes equal a quarter note, 2 eighth note triplets equal quarter note triplets. Very simple division, but once you internalize it, then you don't have to sit there and count it. Just like anything else, you can just feel it. So thanks for checking this one out. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions about this or any other tips you have for counting triplet rhythms, quarter note, eighth note, half note, whatever. Please browse my channel and subscribe. I'm coming out with new videos each week. Thanks again. See you at the next video.